Hey lovers, welcome to Sacred Soulmates. I am your goddess Euphoria. Over here we celebrate sacred divine unions, divine love, sacred love, and that is something that begins within when you balance those masculine and feminine energies within yourself, and you balance yourself on a plane of existence that is built on love, rooted in love, self-love first and foremost. Only then can you pour into others. Only then can you expect to see any of that love that you have for yourself mirrored back to you. Until then, you're going to be stuck dealing with the karmics, the people who are just broken refractions, reflections of who you are, just tainted by a dirty mirror because you're not seeing yourself correctly. The second video on this channel explains these things a lot better. But I read on the chakra points. I started the crown and I moved through to the root chakra. I know that there are other chakras than that, but we keep this mainstream so that everybody can get some. And this is a blackout reading. It's just appropriate. It's just appropriate. The days are getting shorter, the nights longer, the temperature dropping. People are just wanting to, hibernate basically, hurry up and get home and get under the covers, or, sit by the in a room that's dimly lit by a fireplace. It's just that time of year. So it just feels appropriate. Also, that dimming energy is in alignment with our crowning card, which is despondence. Now, I will not be showing the cards, but I do describe them. Well, actually, on the thumbnail, you'll probably be able to see it. Yeah, I'll probably make it so that you can see what we're working with on the thumbnail. But despondence is like your world sits higher than someone else's, and they don't like it, or you're like out of reach. Someone feels like you're out of reach and they can't touch you. They don't have access to you, and they don't like that. They don't like that their access has been denied, or that they were never even granted access. It's one or the other, or it could be both. You could be in this kind of in between state where you're not granting anyone access to you, but you also have denied the access that people used to have. This could just be during your time of ascension, because the purple color that's on this despondence card correlates with the purple chakra that is the third eye chakra. So it's like people being able to see you, but not being able to receive you, or not being able to have you. So you could be, active on social media, or something that you're saying or doing is getting more attention, going viral, getting recognition. I'm seeing like award ceremonies and stuff, graduations, especially at this time of year. So something about your name is being recognized, or there's a lot of talk or a lot of chatter around town about you. Something about your presence is just making itself known on a wider scale, and you have some energies that don't like it because now it feels like you're out of range or you're out of touch. That could have been something that they tried to project onto you, that you were out of the loop, or you out of touch, or you're not welcome, or you're an outcast, or you think differently, you behave differently. They could have tried to make it seem like that was a reason to exclude you, when the tables turn, which is something that's also significant in this reading. But when the tables turn, is like your uniqueness is what is making you so magnetic at this time, or your uniqueness is why your name is in so many people's mouths, or why the work that you are doing is so special, or why it is able to draw in so much attention because you are different or you do something differently. Now, I think it's super important to note that there are 5 major arcana. I shuffle these cards. I shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. I don't just do no quick 1, 2, 3 shuffles. Like, I be for like 3 to 5 minutes, I be shuffling the cards before I ever pull any. And in between each pull, I'm consistently shuffling. And 5 major arcana cards came out. Out of all the cards in a tarot deck, 70 something cards, 5 of them came out right behind each other. That's big energy. And I'm getting Saturn energy. So it's something about the structure. Is the structure, the boundaries, the standards. And people just don't feel like they can meet them. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hearing me rap is like hearing G rap in his prime. Young H.O. raps great for dead. Back to take over the globe. Now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express, out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what the you expect? Ah, grand opening, grand closing. It's like you coming on the scene in a grand way, and that door shutting in people's face is like a grand slam. Something about Denny's. Somebody may have taken you to Denny's, going to Denny's after the club let out, a party, late night breakfast, Shoney's, IHOP, Waffle House, any of those things. People you used to sit at late nights at the Waffle House, Denny's, IHOP. Maybe they're not in your life no more. Or Shoney's. Maybe people you used to hang with, like real tough, they don't have access to you anymore. Maybe y'all went your own separate ways. And where you are right now, it doesn't feel like they are able to access you. So they may feel a type of way, or they may be like trying to talk down, but them trying to talk down on you is like their subconscious attempt at humbling you to bring them back, to bring you back to their level, if that makes sense. But that Saturn energy, like boundaries, it's like you've gotten to a point in your life where you have no intention on ever turning back. It's like it's up and it's stuck. It's onward, onward march. In the third eye position, we have temperance, which signals a journey, but it's like innovation, experimentation, chemistry. It's like you move based on different standards now. It's no longer that, oh, I knew you from so and so, or you've been my friend since, however long. Now it's like a chemistry thing. It's like, how do I feel when I'm around you? And not even surface level, like, you're not just moving off of vibes. It's like you really, as you go through life and you do the things that are important to you, you see how people respond to it, and you see how they mesh with the things that you choose. So it's not like you picking people to be around you just because they make you feel good. You're choosy, you're iffy about who you allow around you because you don't like the vibe to be messed up while you're in the process of creating whatever it is that you create. It's like you're very career oriented or very career focused right now in your life, or just like really focused on your habits, your hobbies, or long-term goals. I'm getting like a pivot type energy. So you could be like moving from one career field into the next career field, or you're taking competencies, they call them transferable competencies, things that you learned from one industry or one field, and you're moving in them or directing them into another industry or another field. And that could be why what you're doing is so unique. It's like that alchemy, taking two different things and mixing them together to create something else. It's an innovative spirit here. And once you start to innovate, and once you start to bring together like different worlds, people who used to know your business or who used to be with you when you were still doing that old thing, they start to feel like challenged by your rising. That's really what I'm getting from it. Like somebody being challenged by the fact that you're rising. They're challenged by the fact that you are not in the same place that they left you, when they thought that they could just like go out and explore the world and just come back to you because you would still be there, and you weren't still there. And it's like they no longer have access to you when they tried to come back around, or when they had planned on coming back around. I'm getting the energy of somebody thinking that they were too young to settle down. So now there's like, okay, 5, 7, 10, 15 years done passed by, and it's like, okay, now I'm ready. And thought they were going to double back. And it's like, oh, whoa, this is a whole different person. And having to deal with the fact that they were not around as you became this whole different person. So now they no longer have access to you. I feel like this is somebody who wouldn't even know how to address you. They wouldn't even know how to come speak to you. They wouldn't know how to spark up a conversation. They don't know how to respond. They don't know how to react. There's just a lot of like turbulence that could be happening. After that temperance card in the third eye position is the Emperor. And the Emperor is in the throat chakra. So it's like somebody almost trying to like Debo their way into communication with you. And the way that they would do that is by trying to like lower your self-esteem, or speak down to you, or like talk crazy to you, or you know what I'm saying? Like boss up on you, or be like unnecessarily strict, or be like kind of cold. That type of energy. Or it could be you who is more cold to other people now. Like you don't let people just run up in your face and go to talking. Like you'll side eye somebody like right there in their face real quick. Or if somebody come like talking to you and they asking you a bunch of questions, you'll just look at them in silence until they get the point that you're not talking to them. Like I'm getting those type of energies, like where you don't automatically rush to be in that customer service. Hi, yes. You don't be quick to like respond all nice anymore. Like you don't really care about being nice anymore. You're more focused on your workload. You're more focused on the things that you are pouring your energy into creating. You're more focused on what gives you that passionate spark within yourself. Like, I'm getting like somebody who you really putting in work, like hair tied up, you know, pushing your sleeves up, like you really digging in there. You really doing it. You digging in on what you want to create in your life. Really cooking. You in the kitchen cooking, or you in the gym shooting. Like, whoever you are in active motion. And the next card up is in the heart chakra, which is Wheel of Fortune. So you are in active motion. You actively making things happen in your life with that Temperance, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune energy, all three right behind each other. It's like you're doing big things. And somebody who wasn't as interested in your big things, they weren't as interested in your journey, especially when you were building up momentum, because that's really what I'm getting. Like, as it's like you always kind of knew what you were getting at. Maybe you didn't know that you would pivot the way that you've recently pivoted. Maybe you didn't know that you would alchemize energies and move into a different field, or you would be the first to have a certain spin on whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you didn't know that then, but it's like what you're doing is something that you've been doing for a long time. It's a gift that you've had for a long time. It's a specialty that you have specialized in for a long time. It's a niche that you've been interested in. It's something that you've been doing. You may have formerly had another like channel, a YouTube channel, and you have revamped it, or you started over on a new channel, and but you're still doing the same thing. But the difference is like the way that you spin it now is a little different. But whatever it is like something that you've been doing. You got time invested in this. So it ain't like nobody can say that they didn't know you were into it. They just didn't know that it was going to become what it is now. And that's what they don't like. They don't like that they didn't stick around. It's like somebody jumped ship and then they mad because you like docked on a royal island somewhere. You know, you somebody didn't want to get on the bus. Somebody didn't want to get on the money train, and now it left, and you done pulled up in front of a castle or something, and it's like they stuck at the station mad that they didn't catch the train. Like somebody was late to the party. Somebody was late to the promise. It's like whatever you were doing, you always felt that it was promising, or you always knew that you had a gift or a talent. You always knew you would be something. Maybe you just hadn't figured out exactly what it is going to be, because it's like with that Temperance energy, you don't tend to perfection. You're not somebody who just sit there and be in your head so much that you just don't get nothing done. Like I said, it's like somebody got their hair tied up, their sleeves pushed up, you know, elbow grease. You get in there. And while you were in the elbow grease, get in there position, trying to get some momentum up, you know, taking nothing and turning it into something. Somebody wasn't really interested in the slow start. They wasn't interested in the slow build up. They wanted like instant gratification. The Emperor card is giving me like they kind of feel entitled. Like this could be somebody who like rushes you when you talk. Like you be in the middle of answering a question that they asked you, and they'll be like, yeah, but like they want you to hurry up and answer them, or they want you to hurry up and get to like the meat of the conversation. It's like somebody being entirely too direct, and ain't nothing wrong with being direct and forward in what you're talking about, but this way of like trying to rush you to get to the point is because they don't really care about your process. They don't care about how you think. They just care about what's in it for them. So just watch out for those type of people, because if at the time you weren't really sure about, you know, where you were going with it, and they were rushing you and then not interested in what you were saying, that means they was just trying to figure out what's in it for them. So when you go off and it take you 3, 5, 7, 10 years to figure out, you know, what it is or what special thing you have, or it takes you that much time to, you know, get your 10,000 hours to mastery or whatever the case may be, now they want to come back in again in that impatient, overly forceful, direct energy, and kind of like assert that they belong there. Like they want to Debo their way back in and try to make it seem like they were there the whole time. But no, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. You wasn't in the kitchen cooking. Like you missed all the important stuff. You just knew I had an interest in it, but you didn't know what I was about to make. You didn't know what I was about to cook. You didn't know the game I was playing. And it's something about, because in the heart chakra, we have that Wheel of Fortune card. And again, that's the energy of tables turning, but it's also somebody who didn't know how to yield. They just want everything like instant gratification. somebody who didn't know how to yield to your plan or to your focus. They didn't know how to trust you in the build up. It's like now they don't have no position at all, versus you, the one who they didn't give no title or no rank, didn't put no label on the relationship, didn't treat you the way that they should have treated you. Basically treated you like you were nothing because you didn't have nothing that was immediately useful to them. You didn't have nothing that they would immediately use to like boost their ego or their reputation. This is like a very egotistical person. Egomaniacal is what I heard. Everything is about appearance for them. They could be like a Aries energy or Aries rising, or Aries Mars, Aries Venus. It could be very much so appearance oriented, caring about how people make them look, and they want somebody to pour into them. It's like you immediately have to like show up pouring into them, or they ain't gonna stick around long enough for you to go get the water to actually pour into them. You need to already have the water and be ready to pour it on them as soon as they as soon as they pull up. It's like that type of person. It's giving like a spoiled energy. And I'm seeing like it's like a cabin in the wood, like a little cottage. And you know how they have those little things that be spinning on the side, and it's like the water keeps it spinning. I think Beauty and the Beast had one of those on the side of her little cottage. It must be more than this provincial life. Somebody act like Gaston. Somebody is used to like women fawning over them, or if it's a woman, the woman is used to like men like tripping themselves up over her, and they thought that you should just like immediately pour into them or immediately expose like your whole self for them instead of giving something time. And now they're finding themselves on the opposite side of the wheel because the tables turn. It's like realizing they thought that they were all that and that they didn't actually contribute anything to you. So they don't mean shit to you. While it's you who is, you've built up something that is being seen, because the sun card is in the solar plexus position. That's the sun in the solar plexus. The sun, solar. You're coming into alignment with something that is truly for you, like soulmate energy. You've become your own soulmate. So it's only a matter of time before one gonna pull up on you. And that's another thing too, especially if it's like an opposite gender who's having these feelings that, you know, you wasn't doing enough for them, but now you got it going on and now they want to come back around. Like they can sense that you are drawing in something. They can sense that something big is happening for you. And it's like they want to debo their place, they spot into that position. They want to act the part now, because it's like this person is kind of in a land of like it's a nonstop production for them. This is the type of person who will like, you know, always be telling my life is a movie. It's a movie. We making a movie tonight. Somebody may say something like that, like whenever they go out or wherever they like be pre-gaming and stuff, they may be like, you know, it's a movie. We making a movie, or they post to social media, it's a movie over. It's a lituation. You may know somebody who talk like that. It's kind of giving like a DJ Khaled spirit. It's like somebody who real loud. Who we know. I represent the runners. So it's somebody who always want to like represent themselves in a certain way, but it kind of comes from the people that are around them. It's like they have an energy whereas they've kind of made themselves the focus of other people's endeavors, because they come in and they just debo it like they belong there. They don't be along for the ride. They don't help build no momentum, but they just pop up and be like, yeah, let me get a spot in your life. Like, excuse me? Where were you when all the work was being done? And that could be how you like, you're treating them. Or if it's on the other foot, they see how far you've come, but because they know that they didn't put in the work to be alongside you, then they're trying to like take that energy before you can do it. I'm getting like Gemini with that, because Geminis like to try to think ahead of people a lot, and it really be to protect their own ego. It's like they knew that they didn't do right by you, so if they get another encounter with you, they'll try to project out like they have a reason to be upset with you when it's really you have a reason to be upset with them. But I don't feel like it's no upset on your part at all, because like things are moving too smoothly. And with that sun in the solar plexus position, is like you're just focusing on giving birth to something that you know you love. You're focusing on love and pride and happiness and your creativity, fifth house energy. And we have five major arcana with the sun being a fifth house energy. Leo, you could have Leo placements, strong Leo energy, Leo moon, Leo rising, or just strong fifth house placements, moon in the fifth house, sun in the fifth house, things like that. It's really hard watching you step into your happiness for people who know that they jumped ship too quickly. Somebody know that they jumped ship way too quickly, that they were not along for the ride. When they, if they left you like in a dark place, if you were still kind of like struggling to get things, up and running, or if things was moving slowly for you as you tried to build up momentum and get your motion up, they were more than happy to go wherever they could find like faster movement or faster motion. This is like somebody who gets around a lot. I'm hearing that Pac, I get around. And he was a Gemini, so, but somebody went out early just like Pac did. Somebody got around too much and they left the scene too early, too fast, jump ship too fast. Not saying that Pac did that, but I'm just saying this person did. In the sacral chakra position, we have the magician. Now, this is a little bit extreme, but it could be somebody who they come in with that Debo energy, trying to like force a position in your life, because they could be one of those people who believe in like sexual soul ties. Like if they tried to just, come in and control you with the peen or whatever, or with the JJ. They try to control you with that, or they thought that if they just give you a little piece of that would be enough to hold you over. Or if you had like a particularly magical session or something, or that one specific time you can think about where everything was just perfect and they lit candles and they were gentle with you, or they were kissing you passionately or something like that. If you could just think of like one specific time with this person where they kind of showed you the fullness of who they are or who they could be, laid it on thick, I should say, then they thought that just doing that one time would be enough to keep you hooked, and they didn't have to like pour into you or invest in you anymore, and that would keep you stuck. And it's probably because they do that to other people, like a love bombing type thing, where they come in and say everything perfectly and read poetry for you and all that corny shit, and that you would hold on to that forever, and that you would like imagine a life with them, and you would give birth to this new world where y'all are together, or this new life where y'all are together and happy and a power couple. And that's all they put into it. Like whoever this person is, they do a lot of acting with the magician, like they perform acts. And also like in the same vein of like performing acts, somebody could actually like lean toward obsession spells and love spells and stuff like that, or creating those sacral ties purposely, doing things purposely involving like sexual energy, which could be like pleasing, pleasuring themselves like ritualistically with your name, stuff like that. Even when you like even if you let them know that you are no longer interested in them, or you try to create closure or get away from the connection, like that'll be something that a person does to like intentionally like kind of draw your energy back to them, like using your name, image, likeness, NIL deal. Somebody may be getting like a NIL deal, dildo, or somebody could use that, or they could write your name, image, likeness on like a toy, whether it be a doll or whether it be like one of those silicone peens. Like they could put your name, image, likeness on that, or have a picture that they stare at while they do that. or just fantasizing. Somebody may not even know that that is like kind of like energetically tampering with someone's energy, like deboing someone's energy, but they still do it. But it never like works out. It never manifests in like somebody being willing. Well, maybe it does for other people, but in this case it don't manifest as someone being willing to be with them. I hope it's not you doing it, because that doesn't manifest as someone being willing to be with you, because you pull on their energy. Just be careful with stuff like that, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, even it could be something, because some people do that, with celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Some people, or they do it like they'll watch, X videos, or like, P Hub or something like that, and do it that way. But it, all of this shit just be energy. So you just kind of just got to be more careful with that sacral energy and what you're manifesting with sacral energy, especially if you're not like well versed in energetic work. Somebody will even go as far as like creating a narrative that you did something to them or did something like that, or put a root on them or something like that, just so that you could have access to them. But at the root of this reading is the Daughter of Wands card, and it's like you're in a state of constant travel. You got better things to do. You don't have no reason to be like obsessing over nobody, and nobody should even be trying to like put that narrative on you, because you just got too much going on. With the Daughter of Wands in that root position, it's the only minor arcana out of the tarot cards that we pulled. We have the Crown, which is a chakra card, and then everything from the third eye to the sacral is like major arcana, major energy. And like it's about setting boundaries, and with that five energy, boundaries and structures and standards. And then at the root of it is like, I'm not interested. So it's like somebody knows that you're not interested in coming back around, or somebody knows that it's like they don't have enough rank, they don't have enough, they just don't have it. It just ain't it. Or it's somebody who jumped ship too quick. In the back of this card with the Daughter of Wands, I'm seeing a clock, and it's 1:20 on the clock. So whoever it was, like somebody left early, somebody left too early, or they just jumped shift. They didn't stick around long enough. They didn't even get to the 3. They just, they checked out. They clocked out too quick. And then once they see, what's going on, then it's like, oh, let me hurry up and come back around. Let me, and it's like, no, you late. And not saying that anybody who shows back up in your life is somebody who trying to like, get back on the winning team or whatever. Some people, you know what I'm saying? If you this person who you going on about your business and you doing stuff in your life, you may come back into contact with somebody who matches that same energy, who mirrors that same energy of they got shit going on in their life too. So watch your ego. You don't want to be the one who fills those shoes of thinking that you all big and bad, and you know what I'm saying? You don't want to swap places with a person like that, is what I'm saying. You don't want to be the one who you got something going and things are finally moving for you. So you look back at another person who you kind of do mirror in terms of like self-love and a divine union, a actual like soulmate situation in the making. You don't want to go to looking at people like, oh, you a peon, you ain't better than me because you don't have no motion. Because now you've taken up that position of, oh, okay, well, if that person ain't got no motion going, then I ain't gonna mess with them. I need somebody who immediately coming and pouring into me the same way I can immediately pour into them. Because now that's the same energy you take into another person. The same way somebody may have done you where they didn't give you the time of day because you wasn't able to pour into them immediately. Like, if you get to a point where now you got motion and you treating other people like that, well, you've become that person. That's like a destiny swap that didn't even have to happen. It was unintentional. But you took your trauma and you messing up your vibration based off of what happened to you. But I don't see much of that energy here. But that is just like a warning. Don't mess around and become that person just because you finally got some motion. Like, remember that kind of humble spirit, that humble place. And the Daughter of Wands is a pretty humble person. Like, they don't ask for too much. This girl right here, she's in the airport with bare feet. She ain't got no shoes on in the airport. So that's humble. I mean, like somebody who would take their shoes off at the club, like humble type spirit, like somebody who don't feel like they better than nobody else. It's like whoever you are who feels like, you just do the work. You just do the work. You know that it ain't nothing that it ain't like you magically made something happen. You did the work and you did it consistently and you spoke wellness over your life and you remained focused and you denied access to people who didn't want to pour into you and you did the right thing by yourself. So you don't have a reason to like humble yourself for nobody else, but you also don't think yourself better than nobody else. You know that you just did the work. And you know that's the key to anything, doing the work. And you were willing to do it. Like that daughter of wands has a certain willingness about her, as opposed to somebody coming around you and they ain't been willing to do nothing. They just want to take, 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 take. They ain't been willing to do. They haven't been willing to give. And it's just it's just a difference in dynamic. It's a difference in worlds. It's a difference in perspective. And to try to bring you down, somebody like this would like go to talking crazy to you or just being mean to you for no reason, or maybe even trying to spread rumors. But really that would come out of an obsession. And I call it an obsession because if somebody don't like that kind of pass them by in life, they could just go on about their business and find somebody else. But no, they choose to continue to fixate on your growth, but they're fixating on your growth negatively. If somebody, you try to reconnect with somebody and they give you their ass to kiss, just be like, oh, okay, my bad. I was tripping. I thought maybe we could rekindle something and go on about your business. But that's not what this person would do. Like, they would try to rekindle. And if you decide you don't want to rekindle with them, then it's like, well, I'm going to Debo my way in. And I was there, and then it's like, no, you weren't there. Or they'll go around and try to make it seem like they were there and you did them wrong. And then the narratives come into play, and the obsession, and again the sexual energy. They may go to talking about your sexual energy or trying to create narratives and timelines about it, wanting to show people pictures and stuff like revenge porn. It's like all kind of stuff that people will do to try to like force their way into a position of relevance when they feel that you have gotten so far out of their reach. But you got out of their reach because they weren't hands-on. You weren't hands-on. So why you think somebody would stay in your reach when you're not hands-on? That's kind of like that haughty spirit that I'm talking about. And the tables have turned. Those who just thought they were so high and mighty, and you thought you were just so important and so big and so bad that people were just gonna like sit around and wait on you. Well, not so. Ain't nobody just sitting around waiting on you. You were hands-on. You took your hands off the situation. The situation went on, moved on past you, and picked up more speed past you, and became profitable past you, and became something unique and rare and magnetic past you. So let it go. But somebody who's not satisfied with their own past decisions, they'll try to like project it onto you as if you messed up their future or something, or you doing something to them in the present. When it's really the fact that they're stuck in the past and they wish that they could change the past. But we all know how that works. You can wish and wish and wish, but you can't go back. Somebody is like having to deal with the fact that they can't go back. Somebody having to deal with the heartbreak really underneath it all. That obsession comes with a heartbreak that they can't go back. They want parts. Something that they left done came up. The stock done shot up after somebody sold it. And they feel sick because they didn't have the mind. They didn't have the mentality to stick around. We got strength and justice coming up here. After that daughter of wands was the mother of wands. It's like somebody has matured. So what used to be just like a hobby for somebody has turned into a lucrative empire. Or, somebody who just used to be a little quirky and, they a little weird. They don't worry about them. Now they a whole influencer or something like that. Or you used to maybe be like the ugly duckling, and now you've grown into your features and you've become a model or something. And it's like, oh, now they want parts. Like now they want to come back around. But you didn't have that mind to stay. You didn't have that staying power back then when things were moving slowly. So now that things picking up and it's a lot of action, it's a lot of like high vibrational energy over here. You don't get to just Debo your way in. Access denied. All right, y'all. That's been